Welcome to the Deep Dive into Finance channel. Today, we delve into the intriguing world of escrow and escrow accounts. So, what exactly is escrow? Picture it as a financial arrangement where a third party holds and regulates payment of the funds required for two parties involved in a given transaction. It's like a financial buffer, ensuring the transaction can take place smoothly. The money is kept safe in the escrow account until all the terms of an agreement are met. But why is escrow important in finance and investing? Well, it helps make transactions more secure by keeping the payment in a secure escrow account, which is only released when all of the terms of an agreement are met. It's a win-win situation for everyone. The buyer can confirm that the goods are to their satisfaction before the funds get transferred. The seller, on the other hand, doesn't have to worry about non-payment, as the funds are already present in the escrow account. In essence, escrow brings a level of trust and security to transactions, which is invaluable in the world of finance and investing. It provides a safety net and ensures both parties fulfill their promises. This is where the concept of an escrow account comes into play. This account is held by the third party away from the prying hands of either party in the transaction. It's a safe place for the funds until the transaction is completed. So, whether you're buying a house, investing in a business, or dealing in high-value assets, escrow and escrow accounts are your best friends. They provide a sense of security and trust that's indispensable in the financial world. Escrow plays a significant role in many financial transactions. Now we'll delve deeper into how it works. In the financial world, escrow serves as a trusted third party in transactions. But how does it work? To understand the mechanics of escrow, let's consider a typical scenario, such as the purchase of a property. The process begins when the buyer and seller agree on a price. Rather than handing over the payment directly to the seller, the buyer deposits the funds into an escrow account. This escrow account is managed by a neutral third party known as the escrow agent. It's the escrow agent's job to ensure that all conditions of the transaction are met before any money changes hands. These might include inspections, appraisals, or any other stipulations outlined in the purchase agreement. Once all conditions are satisfied, the escrow agent then transfers the funds from the escrow account to the seller. This step is crucial because it safeguards the interests of both parties. The buyer can be confident that the seller will not receive the funds until all conditions are met, and the seller can be sure that the buyer has the necessary funds for the purchase. In the event that conditions are not met or the deal falls through, the escrow agent returns the funds to the buyer. This provides an additional layer of protection for the buyer. But what happens if disputes arise between the buyer and seller? Well, that's another beauty of the escrow process. The escrow agent acts as a mediator to help resolve issues. If the parties cannot reach an agreement, the dispute may go to court, but the funds remain securely in the escrow account until a resolution is reached. And there you have it, the mechanics of an escrow account in a nutshell. From the initial agreement to the final transfer of funds, each step is designed to protect the interests of all parties involved in a transaction. As we have seen, the escrow process involves several key steps and parties. Next, we explore the benefits of using an escrow account. Escrow accounts offer a myriad of benefits for both buyers and sellers. But what are these advantages? Let's delve into the world of escrow to understand these benefits better. First and foremost, escrow accounts provide security. The funds are held in a neutral third-party account until all the terms of the agreement are met. This means that neither party can run off with the money or the goods before the deal is finalized. It's a protective measure that ensures everyone gets what they've agreed upon. Now, let's talk about neutrality. The escrow agent is an impartial entity. Their job is to make sure the transaction goes smoothly, following the predetermined conditions set by both parties. They don't favor one side or the other. They just ensure that everyone sticks to the rules of the game. This neutrality brings peace of mind to the transaction, knowing that the outcome won't be swayed by bias or favoritism. Then we have convenience. Instead of having to manage the intricacies of a transaction themselves, buyers and sellers can rely on the escrow agent. The agent handles all the paperwork, the legalities, and the transfer of funds. This streamlines the process and makes it easier for everyone involved. But there's more. Escrow accounts also help to mitigate risk. In transactions involving large amounts of money or valuable assets, there's always a degree of uncertainty. What if the other party doesn't follow through? What if they can't fulfill their end of the bargain? By holding the funds in escrow, these risks are significantly reduced. The money is only released when the terms of the agreement are satisfactorily met. In essence, using an escrow account is like having a trusted referee in a high-stakes game. It brings security, neutrality, and convenience to the table. It reduces the risk of loss and ensures fair play. Indeed, the benefits of escrow accounts are numerous. Now, let's look at the different types of escrow accounts. Did you know there are different types of escrow accounts? Each has its own unique features and uses. Let's start with real estate escrow accounts. These are perhaps the most common type of escrow accounts used in property transactions. When you're buying a home, the escrow account serves as a neutral third-party repository for funds until all the conditions of the sale are met. The escrow account holds the buyer's deposit, the seller's deed, and any other documents or funds required for the transaction. Once everything is in order, the escrow account releases the funds and documents to the appropriate parties. Then, there are online escrow services. These are becoming increasingly popular with the rise of online marketplaces and e-commerce. When you're buying or selling goods or services online, an online escrow service can provide an added layer of security. The buyer sends payment to the escrow service, which holds the funds until the buyer confirms receipt of the goods or services. Only then does the escrow service release the funds to the seller. Finally, we have escrow accounts for mergers and acquisitions. These are used in business transactions to protect the interests of both parties involved. When one company is buying another, an escrow account can hold the purchase price or a portion of it until certain conditions are met. These might include the successful transfer of assets or the resolution of any disputes that arise during the transaction process. Each of these types of escrow accounts serves a specific purpose and offers its own set of benefits. Real estate escrow accounts can provide peace of mind during the often stressful process of buying a home. Online escrow services can help protect you from fraud when transacting online. And escrow accounts for mergers and acquisitions can help ensure a smooth and fair business transaction. Understanding the different types of escrow accounts can help you choose the best one for your needs. Next, we will address some common misconceptions about escrow. Despite its prevalence, many misconceptions surround escrow. Today, we debunk some of these myths. Firstly, let's tackle the myth that escrow is only for real estate transactions. While it's true that escrow is commonly used in the real estate industry, it's not exclusive to it. Escrow can be, and is, used in many other sectors. From online shopping to mergers and acquisitions, escrow ensures that transactions are secure and both parties are protected. So remember, escrow isn't just for house buying. Next up, the belief that escrow is unnecessarily complicated. In reality, the process of escrow is designed to simplify transactions and minimize risk. The escrow agent acts as a neutral third party, holding onto the funds or assets until all terms of the agreement are met. This process is straightforward and it's there to protect you. So instead of viewing escrow as a hurdle, think of it as a safety net. Another myth we often hear is that escrow is too expensive. Truth is, the cost of escrow services varies greatly depending on the transaction's complexity and value. In many cases, the security and peace of mind that escrow provides can be priceless. And in some transactions, the escrow fee is even split between the buyer and seller. So don't let the potential costs deter you from considering escrow. Lastly, some people believe that escrow is only for large transactions. This is not the case. Escrow can be used for transactions of all sizes. Whether it's a small online purchase or a multi-million-dollar merger, escrow services can ensure that all parties involved are protected. By debunking these myths, we hope to bring clarity to the complex world of escrow. In our final scene, we will summarize the key points we have discussed. We've covered a lot of ground today, so now it's time to summarize our deep dive into escrow and escrow accounts. Our journey began with understanding the essence of escrow. We discovered that it's a financial arrangement where a third party holds and regulates payments of the funds required for two parties involved in a transaction, ensuring a secure, fair, and transparent process. Then, we delved into the mechanics of escrow, a process that involves the buyer, seller, and an impartial third party, typically known as the escrow agent. We learned that the escrow agent holds the funds or assets until the terms of the contract or agreement are fulfilled by both parties. Next, we explored the benefits of escrow accounts. They act as a safety net, providing protection for both buyers and sellers. They ensure that transactions are carried out as agreed, providing peace of mind to all parties involved. Our exploration led us to the various types of escrow accounts, each designed to cater to specific needs. These include real estate escrow accounts, online transaction escrow accounts, and even escrow accounts for mergers and acquisitions, demonstrating the versatility of escrow in different financial scenarios. Lastly, we debunked some common misconceptions about escrow. We clarified that while escrow might seem complicated, it's actually a straightforward process designed to protect all parties involved in a transaction. And contrary to popular belief, escrow fees are typically split between the buyer and seller, not solely the responsibility of one party. We hope this deep dive has illuminated the world of escrow for you, showcasing its role as a valuable tool in finance and investing. Remember, it's not just about the money, it's about the security, peace of mind, and fairness that escrow brings to the table. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of escrow. Stay tuned to the Deep Dive into Finance channel for more insightful financial content.